Today we're going to make tints and shades using paint, and you're going to notice your paper already has a square on it with a line in the middle. We're going to try to keep the paint in the middle of the square so it doesn't get on the table. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to start with a straight color. We're going to start with blue, and you're going to work with a partner, so you got to do this at the same time. And you're going to paint the blue stripe going back and forth, just straight blue right in the middle. Okay? You get a nice big thick blue stripe. Now we are going to tint that blue stripe, so we're going to take our brush, we're not going to rinse it off, and we're going to take just a dab of white. So I put a little dab of white on the top of the brush. And I'm going to go halfway through that, and I'm just going to mix that white in. Now I'm going to tint it even more, so I'm not going to rinse my brush, but I'm going to take another dab of white on my brush, and I'm going to tint a little bit more. You want to go all the way to the edge. And then I'm going to take my brush, add a little bit more white, and I'm going to make it even lighter. And I'm going to keep tinting as I go down the page. So I'll keep adding more white to my brush. And what you'll notice is that the paper keeps getting lighter. Okay? The more white I add, the lighter it gets. Alright, so now we've got lots of tints of blue, starting with our normal, regular blue, and then we added white, more and more white to the bottom. We're done with our tints, from our blue to our light white. We need to rinse our brush because we don't want any white on our brush. So you're going to take your brush to a bucket, and we're all going to use the same bucket, and you're just going to twirl, twirl, twirl until it's clean. And then I'll have a rag for you to squeeze off. You got to squeeze off the water. And then you can go back to your table. It's okay if there's a little bit of blue still on your brush, but you want to get most of the white off. All right, so now we're going to do we did our tints, now we're going to do our shades. So turn your page upside down and start with a lot of blue. And remember, get a lot of blue on your brush. So really roll that brush around in the blue, and we're going to add some more blue. And we're going to go a little farther with the blue this time than we did the last time, because blue needs a little bit more help this time. So I'm going to go almost halfway down with the blue. A nice big thick spot of blue. But now I want to give it I want to start shading it. This time black is really strong. Instead of really dipping into the black, we're just going to take a corner of black on our brush. And I'm going to add a little black, not all the way up at the center, but kind of in the middle, and mix that in. Now I want to make it a little darker, so I'm going to add even another corner of black right on top. And see how it's getting a little bit darker each time? It's okay if it's a little stripy, that looks kind of nice. And now I'm going to add a little bit more black, because we want it to get really dark at the bottom. And maybe I'll finish it off just a little bit more black. Remember, you want to go all the way up to the edge and cover up that square so we don't see the square anymore. And there we have our tints and shades, starting from our lightest blue, almost white, all the way to straight blue, and then shading with little bits of black all the way to black. And that's what we're going to do today.